welcome. Obviously there was kind of ebbs and flows of this game. I thought there were some good things and there's some, bad things and there's some okay things and there was a mixture of everything in this game. But, we won. We went 1-0. Was it perfect? No. But it's our first game and we played a lot of different lineups that we haven't played. So we're going to take this. This is going to be a really good learning experience from it. And that's what we just talked about in the locker room. We're going to take this, we'll break it down, but there's certain things we just need to be better at. And we know that, and now it's about putting it into action.
I guess, Genesis, after kind of having a bigger role and kind of growing into that last season, are you able to build off that last year, kind of going into this year?
We're just taking every day and every game at the same time and just trying to go 1-0. Of course, like, McCower holds a lot of weight on our team, so if we're going down like that, just nets warming up and just everyone got to step up and really play a bigger role. So, like, just as a team, like, we did good about that and just handle our business.
Genesis, obviously, a lot of offseason improvement as a ball handler and a playmaker. Just tell me about the work you did in the offseason.
I feel like I attacked this offseason like every other offseason. Of course, this one is a little different than last one because there was so much being thrown at me last summer and so much I had to get just from a physical standpoint. I feel like this year, like, I was able to work with Kylie a lot, with my strength, my conditioning, with just my ankle stuff, like my body's feeling better. So I feel like that aspect really helped me, like, from a strength standpoint, it's like being able to take that contact and finish it a lot better.
Jim, this just last season when McCower was out for those couple games and you ran the point. What did that maybe help do for you, kind of with a comfort level going into this game, knowing you'd be in the same position?
I feel like even when McCower was there, like, we kind of go off each other as far as like point guard duties. But I guess, like, even with Cam though, like, I want to shout her out too. Like, she came in and gave us some really good minutes. Like, I was able to kind of go off the ball a little bit, and that kind of gave me a little time to rest for a second. So, like, Cam really stepped up a big deal too. So I really appreciated her and just everyone that kind of took a little off as well.
For both of you guys, coming back as veterans on the team, entering your senior season, what were your guys' emotions watching the hype video before the game and entering tip-off?
I think it was really cool. Our media team did a great job with that, and it's kind of cool to see, that stuff. When I first got here, our stuff really wasn't like that because we weren't what we are now. And so being able to see kind of that stuff progress is pretty cool, and it means a lot to us as players to kind of have that stuff, so it's pretty cool.
Kimberly stepped out and hit that 3 late. I mean, how's that been developing in your game, and what we're not supposed to?
I called it for.
Yeah.
It was first time ever, so.
I've been working on that a lot with Coach Kat this offseason, just kind of getting used to just like a catch and shoot 3 and kind of like a pop back 3, and so being able to hit that in a game, it boosted my confidence a lot because I hit them in practice, but just kind of that game atmosphere is very different, and so it's like the extra nerves, people are flying at you, so just kind of being able to hit that, I think, will kind of build that confidence for the rest of the season. So
just for Genesis, and a lot of players have people that they kind of emulate, and I was wondering if you had a certain professional player that you kind of base your game off of.
That's a good question. I think I kind of just like a combination of a lot of players. Since I'm a point guard, I kind of like a pass first type of point guard, but I can also score too. So just a combination of a lot of people. Like, I watch a lot of Steph Curry and kind of old school Magic Johnson, kind of like the flashy passes. I always want to do that kind of stuff. So a combination of a lot of people.
KB, how does the double post with Javi kind of work right now, and on the other end of the floor when you're guarding 4s, how does that kind of work for you?
I like it a lot. It kind of gives me a little bit of a break. I've always said, being a 5 player is a different kind of tired just because you're constantly banging around physically trying to hold people off. So, first of all, playing the 4 kind of gives me a little bit of a break, and I like being able to kind of float out on the perimeter a little bit. It gives me a chance to kind of guard people out there. But in terms of hobby, we're working on it in practice. We get a lot of high lows in practice when we get to play together, and so obviously that'll come through the season. But she's been really good to work with, so it's going to be really good. I think kind of once we get more comfortable playing with each other and stuff.
Kendall, was rebounding one of those topics of discussions in the postgame? And what were some of the challenges? Seems like there were a lot of long rebounds coming off.
Yeah, teams that shoot a lot of threes, that's always something, as a rebounder, I don't really like because I know the rebounders are going to be long and I'm usually not anywhere near them. But, we talked about they had a lot of good rebounders on their team. So we just, I think there were a lot that were long and then tipped and then a couple times, they were batted around. So we just got to, Coach Green said we got to go up with two hands and just grab those and then just hold on to them and get them out to our guards. So yeah, rebounding was obviously like a big thing tonight. We didn't do the best job of it. But yeah, that's something we gotta work on.
Genesis, 10 of your makes came in like from 2-pointers. How does that part, getting to the rim, develop for you? And I know you mentioned your strength. Does that play in? And is there like a confidence thing going and you're able to get down there like that?
Yeah, I think like my first 2 threes, I didn't really feel that comfortable in it, so I want to kind of get myself warmed up a little bit. And I feel like we kind of knew like the way they played on ball screens, they sagged a little bit, so it's kind of like me and the big on one-on-one. So just trying to build that confidence going to the rim, but then it was like, it's not broken, why fix it? So I just kept doing it.
Kendall, just what was kind of the offseason like for you? Obviously coming off an injury, how did that kind of progress for you, and what you kind of want to work on going into the season?
Yeah, it was, a lot of rehab initially, just kind of getting my calf back to what it needs to be, and a lot of, lower body strength. So a lot of it was that, but in terms of basketball, I've been working a lot on just kind of being able to play in space a little bit. I usually am back to the basket, so just kind of getting more comfortable with like that face-up shot or playing from the high post and obviously the three. So just kind of getting more comfortable with the ball in my hands, being able to get the rebound and kind of take a few dribbles and outlet it to guards. So I would say that's like been the biggest thing for me, is just kind of being more comfortable handling it, for sure.
Kendall, recently you've been putting up some generational defensive rating numbers. Is that something you pride yourself in on the defensive end, being that rim protector, helping out your teammates on the perimeter?
Yeah, for sure. The guards do a lot, for us on offense, and so I think, as bigs, it's a big job for us to kind of take care of them. We see everything. We're the ones that are down low, and we got to protect them through screens and stuff. So that's, I take huge pride in that. Being a big communicator. Being someone that can get the rebounds quick, because that obviously starts our offense a lot better. So just kind of taking that to heart and making sure, I'm where I need to be. Obviously not perfect at it, but I do take a lot of pride in that, yeah.
And honestly, like, everyone wants a KB on their team. Like, she does all the little things that you probably don't see. Like, she's always taking accountability. Even if it ain't her fault, she's gonna take accountability. So like, KB is probably like one of the best teammates you could ever have too.
For Genesis, 30+ points on a night without Mykaira Cook. Was the game plan coming into tonight kind of to take over that leadership role from the preseason Naismith player?
I feel like, like I said, like, Mykaira holds a big load on our team, so I knew I had to step up, whatever that was going to be, whether it's points, assists, whatever it was going to be, like, I knew I had to step up. So like, it wasn't a lot of pressure either, because like, we've been practicing and kind of working with this lineup, so kind of just came naturally.
Kendall, what have you observed about Genesis since she got here that allowed her to step in to that role and be able to kind of have that performance like she did?
Her willingness to pass. There's not, her and Mykaira both, but especially Jen, there's not a whole lot of pass first point guards, I think. And we had to get used to each other at first, because some of those passes come at a high speed, but I think just her willingness to like create plays for others, but like also knowing when she needs to step up and score. And I think, as she got used to the system with us, I think it, her confidence really boosted, just being able to score and seeing what she can do, for sure.
One more right here.
During the third quarter, you guys kind of struggled to score for Shauna. What did you see there, and how do you explain that?
Oh, hang tight. We're just finishing up players.
Oh, sorry.
All good. All right. Anything else for the players? All good?